What's up, space pirates? This is your captain, the dastardly dread pirate, Dr. Disaster, and if you ever needed to know the reason why Sweet Baby Inc. is so despised by gamers, then you should take a look at what they have been up to with Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn.
Nasty little worm.
For a company that supposedly doesn't do much in the industry, as the video game media likes to claim, Sweet Baby sure seems involved with a lot of games. And those games sure do often end up being woke and awful. With Flintlock, of course, an ugly female main character meant that it was going to be a shit game by default. You can spot these games a mile away with that rule. But we have a bit of insider information floating around the Twitter sphere telling us what Sweet Baby has done with Flintlock, and it's pretty bad. There's a reason the game was added to Sweet Baby Inc. Detected. It's amazing that this company thinks they can pull this kind of shit and then act all offended when we point out what they've been up to.
Sheer f***ing hubris.
Alright, me hearties, make sure you like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Our Space Pirate crew is now up over 11,000 subscribers, so, as is customary on this channel, I added another ship to the fleet for this next 1,000 to house all of the newcomers. You might have noticed this guy zooming around here. This is the Kodiak from Command & Conquer. It was recommended to me by Tiberium Gaming, who left me a generous super thanks, and I would like to thank him and you for being a part of this. But let's get on to the news. We have proof of the shit that Sweet Baby does to video games because we have someone at A44 Games, the studio that worked on Flintlock: The Siege of Dawn, telling us what they are responsible for. Now, just to catch everyone up to speed real quick, Edge Magazine published a piece which informs us that the CEO of Sweet Baby, Kim Belair, worked on the game. Cabrutus Rambo, who started Sweet Baby Inc. Detected, was contacted by A44, who claimed they'd gotten rid of all of the stuff that Sweet Baby had done, and they begged not to be put on the Sweet Baby Inc. Detected list. They declined, however, to provide evidence, so they were put on the list. And now here we are. This Twitter thread comes to us from Mark Kern, the former team lead of the original World of Warcraft. He says, "Proof: Sweet Baby Inc. ruins games. Sweet Baby Inc. game Flintlock by A44 Games has been overrun by woke," and then in quotes it says, "I used to work there. Flintlock was a good project with lots of potential, then it was ruined." Before I go further, please note this is rumor from a source that seems very knowledgeable about the studio's inner workings. Take that as it is. If others would like to verify, please DM me anonymously. The CEO and COO at A44 are no longer with the company, but the damage seems to have been done. Yeah, like I was saying yesterday when we talked about this game, the company A44 can tell us that they have fired the people responsible for this crap all that they want, but Sweet Baby Inc. Detected hasn't been around that long, only a month or so. There is no way that they could have possibly eliminated all the wokeness from the game in that time. They literally couldn't have done it. So I'm not buying it, and I fully suggest you all avoid it as well. Even though, as Mark Kern says at the end of this tweet here, there's good developers at A44, he goes on to say, "Did you know the protagonist of Flintlock used to be white?" When COO and casting director Andrea Tops-Harjo joined the studio, her first actions were to hire Sweet Baby Inc. and change the main character to a POC. This marked the beginnings of the problems with the game and studio. Now, to be clear, it's not necessarily an issue that the person isn't white. Nobody really cares about that. It's the fact that they made a conscious decision like this for what is clearly a social movement reason. That speaks to a mindset that always, as a rule, infects games and movies so that all they can do is vomit out this social justice woke shit. Anyhow, Kern continued, Andrea Tops-Harjo is rumored to have used the company's funds and manpower to power her personal agenda and projects on initiatives not related to the game or even the studio itself. One such initiative that I found is Inclusion FX, a VFX company and advocacy company with shades of Sweet Baby Inc. Here is the bio from the company. She held this position at Flintlock at the same time she ran Inclusion FX. Now, here's something y'all might find a bit interesting. A video has been floating around the internet all week showing Sweet Baby Inc. founder and CEO Kim Belair being interviewed by Inclusion FX. These people all know each other, they all work the grift together. Let's watch a little of it, shall we?
In 2018, one of my best friends and we teamed up and we founded a company, and the original desire was just to write together. We wanted to write with the two of us and a friend of ours, and we wanted to write games, but we realized that as a unit, we were capable of, doing for others what had not been done for us, which was to support us, to empower us, to lift us up, to value our talent, and to help build our skills. And so today, what we do is writing, narrative design, story building, story breaking as our first and foremost, but on a secondary level, we work very hard to get marginalized talent into the industry, to protect them the way that we would want to have been protected, to lift them up, and to get them into an industry where they're too often shut out. And basically, I think to take over in the hopes that some really dope people will be able to lead into kind of a new era for an industry that's been kind of, the same way too long.
What the hell is that?
As you can see, these people are not shy about their intentions to hollow out the video game industry and remake it in their image. Unfortunately for her, people don't much care for the image of a steaming pile of dung, so gamers have been rejecting what she has been up to. But once again, that was an interview with Inclusion FX. Sweet Baby and Inclusion FX are allies. But getting back to Mark Kern's thread, we can see their desire to take over the industry in practice. It's entirely corrupt. Mark Kern writes, aside from working with Sweet Baby Inc. and making changes to the game, Andrea also directed numerous changes in HR in her role as Chief Operating Officer. In 2021, most developers were denied raises and evaluations were postponed for at least 6 months. She told HR to inform anyone who complained or asked questions that the reason is because I said so. She also ordered the HR department to hide the salaries of the top execs of the company. HR tried to help, but were unable to get past this. The team was worried about the studio finances. Let me interject real quick here and say that HR is not your friend. They are never your friend. They do not try to help you at these companies. Their job as HR is to appear as though they are your friend so that corporations do not get sued. But I digress. Meanwhile, the new hires and changes to the game resulted in a project where these people know nothing about how a video game is made. And I think that says it all. This thread goes on for a bit yet, but I think you get the point. If you want to read the rest, you should follow Mark Kern on Twitter at Grumz. Grummz. But yeah, Sweet Baby and their ally, Inclusion FX, have absolutely tainted this game and this studio, and it's for this reason that I would never support the title. I will never buy Flintlock. I may support the studio in the future if they survive this wave of crap and if they turn things around. But we'll see what happens. In any event, I'm going to leave it there. What do you guys think about this? Do you see any way that you would want to support this Flintlock game? Or, like me, is it dead to you now forever? Drop your thoughts in the comments below and we will talk about it there. Thanks for watching, me hearties. If you haven't already, your captain is inviting you to subscribe to the channel and become a part of the crew. Life as a space pirate may not be glamorous, but there's always plenty